Hello, second grade writers, and welcome to our second day of our opinion writing. We are going to be brainstorming today. So remember, when we're writing an opinion, we need to introduce the topic we're writing about. We need to state our own opinion. We need to supply reasons that support the opinion, and those reasons need to come from the text. We need to use linking words to connect opinions and reasons, and we need to provide a concluding statement or section. Our prompt this week is read Thanksgiving turkey tradition and ham for Thanksgiving to write an opinion paragraph. After learning more about turkey and ham, do you think that people should eat turkey or ham for Thanksgiving? Why? State your opinion and include supporting reasons and linking words. Use evidence from the text to support your opinion. Okay, and a really quick note, because this is an assignment, I don't care whether you actually eat turkey or ham. I don't care if you don't like either of them. I don't care if you don't eat either of them. We just want to be practice writing an opinion with evidence from the text. So, our Foursquare this week is going to look like this. We have our prompt up here in case you should like to reread it. And we'll put our topic sentence, which has our opinion in it, right here. Then a reason, another reason, our final reason, and then our conclusion sentence. My teacher example is not going to be about turkey versus ham, but it's going to be about birthday cake versus birthday pie. And we're actually going to be using a Venn diagram this week for our brainstorming piece. So I'm going to show you what that looks like. So a Venn diagram is an organizational piece that you use to compare and contrast two things. So, and it's usually two or more overlapping circles. We're comparing two things. You will be comparing ham versus turkey, and I will be comparing pie versus cake. So I'm going to go ahead and label one of these circles pie, and the other one is cake, as you can see. And when I am reading the selection, I'll be picking out things that are about pie specifically, things that are specific to cake, and things that both of them have. So I'm going to go ahead and be working on that as I read along. So as I've been reading, mine for me, I have that it's a custom that was started by German Kinderfest, and it's our sugary, fluffy icing top dessert. We're not the only ones. Some people think that pie is unique and that cake is boring. For those of you who just don't like cake or prefer other desserts, so that will be something that I'm writing down, is that some people might not like pie or might not like cake, and it's okay to have something different. It's versatile. And then our next page, cake fatigue. So sometimes you might have too much cake because there's lots of people with birthdays. Some of us don't like cake. The tradition of cake dates back hundreds of years. Okay, so I'm looking at all of these things and I'm writing them down in my Venn diagram. All right, so I have filled out my Venn diagram using the articles. Things about pie is that for a birthday, it would be new and different to be having a pie and could switch up old routine. or switch it up if you have like lots of birthdays in a row. It might be nice to throw pie in there every once in a while so you don't have cake all the time. Both of them are sweet treats. Both of them you can have lots of different kinds. And both of them, you might not like them. Over here we have the cake is a German tradition. It was sugary, it's fluffy, it has frosting on it, and it's traditional. We've been eating cake for birthdays for hundreds of years. So I've got lots of different options for whether I want to choose pie or whether I want to choose cake. I can use these ones in the middle. I do think it's better to choose one or the other when you move on to persuasive, but because we're just using opinions, just sharing our opinion, we can use these ones in the middle as well. And you can always use that someone might not like cake or might not like pie as part of your argument. So I'm ready to start working on my Foursquare, but you guys aren't, because you guys need to learn more about ham and turkey. So let's go ahead and do that. As you guys saw, I chose to do my Venn diagram on a whiteboard, and I'm just going to make sure that that does not get erased until it's time for me to write on my Foursquare. I have created a digital Venn diagram that you guys could use. You could also do it on a piece of paper. It's very easy to make. You can find Venn diagrams to print off and then write in if you'd like. But there's this digital one. You will be able to click on where it says type reason here and type in the different reasons that you have for choosing turkey or ham or things that apply to both of them. Thanksgiving turkey tradition. For many Americans, the Thanksgiving meal includes seasonal dishes such as roast turkey with stuffing, cranberry sauce, mashed potatoes, and pumpkin pie. The holiday feast started back in November 1621 when Pilgrims and the Wampanoag Indians met at Plymouth for an autumn harvest celebration, an event that we know as America's first Thanksgiving. But what was really on the menu at the famous dinner? The main part of this traditional meal was wild turkey. The wild turkey was a very common food source for the Pilgrims and the Indians. They added stuffing, herbs, and onions to the turkey to add extra flavor. Although there were a lot of other kinds of meat that could have been chosen, turkey is considered the main part of a traditional Thanksgiving dinner. Some scientists also say that turkey can help your stomach settle more so you don't feel so full after a big Thanksgiving meal. Because of this first Thanksgiving dinner, Americans now celebrate every Thanksgiving by enjoying a delicious turkey dinner. Ham for Thanksgiving. This year, many people have been starting their holiday shopping early. At Smith's grocery store, 42% of people have been buying ham for their Thanksgiving meal instead of turkey. Can you believe that? These people are going against tradition, and a lot of stores don't even have enough ham for all of the customers. So, why are so many people choosing ham over turkey for their Thanksgiving meal? A recent survey was done at a local grocery store, asking customers why they were buying ham. One lady responded, "I am tired of having the same turkey dinner every year. I needed a change." Another young boy answered, "I don't even like turkey, so I asked my mom for ham instead." An older man said, "Ham is so much sweeter. It can have brown sugar, and it tastes like a treat." Out of all of the people who were asked this question, not one of them felt bad about not having turkey. Maybe the world is changing from the tradition, and it is now okay to have ham for Thanksgiving. All right, my friends, you should have been filling out a Venn diagram as I read. You can take a few seconds to keep filling it out after it's done, and or go back and rewatch me reading them, re-listen to it, and keep writing things down. You're going to need to have at least 3 reasons for why you think people should be eating turkey, or 3 reasons for why you think people should be eating ham. That's your assignment today. Good luck. Reach out to your teacher if you have any questions.